Cheers everybody. Right, chemtrailing. Been watching these planes backwards and forwards about, I don't know, about 10,000, 15,000 foot in the sky. They're not the normal flight paths of the local airport. They're really high, but what they're doing, they're leaving trails. What seems to me like they've got a grid. Obviously they have to fly that flight path with that grid, but sometimes the grid changes slightly, you know. Since I posted my last video on chemtrailing, you know, paranoia's really kicked in big style for me, because it feels as though they're literally going above my house more so these days. Might have something to do with YouTube, who knows, you know. Or the government's just tapped into everything what everybody posts anyway, which is highly likely anyway. Barium is one of the chemicals, though it's not metals what they're spraying out all over the earth. Barium, and I think barium oxide, I think, is the thing that actually used in fireworks, or nitrate, barium nitrate. Well, there's barium sulfate, barium oxide, barium nitrate, and I think the nitrate is what they use in fireworks. But also what they use that for is for anti-tank personnel, steel melting at very high degrees. So what I'm thinking is if this is getting blanketed all over the earth, right, over the land masses, the right ignition to spark it off, right, that's all it needs. This is not the ideal thing for combustion, but when it does get alight, it burns extremely hot, hotter than the sun apparently, just as hot as the sun apparently, or if not more, for a very short period of time. So my point is when, you know, the end of days actually come, it's not going to be a flood, it's going to be, you know, literally the earth's going to burn. I'll regress to when I was a child. I used to have recurring dreams of the earth actually burning, but I kept on seeing gold in my dreams and blood and red fire, you know. And this dream went on for years, you know. My dream used to go into, you know, get up during the day and go to school, and the dream was still rattling about me, and I couldn't explain it when I was a child, but now it seems to be coming more and more describable. I can describe my dream now without being frightened of it, and I think it is. I think this is the whole thing. I think this is going to backfire on the establishment, really, because what they're banging in the atmosphere for whatever reason, for to do with CERN or dimensional beings or whatever, you know, they're banging all that aluminium out there. Like I say, all it needs is the right ignition. And it could be an atomic bomb, or it could be a terrorist using a dirty bomb or whatever, but once that spark's there, because of the amount of like particles which is in the atmosphere and also on the land, that's all it needs, and it'll just literally, because it burns really fast and very intense and very high for a very short period of time. Well, the length of time they've been banging this stuff out and people have been breathing it in, well, all just one big firework, aren't we? So I'll leave it for that. I'm really passionate about what I'm saying, because I really feel as though the penny has dropped now. But these don't realise that, or if they don't particularly care, because they're in the bunkers. But the thing is, if it takes ignition and the ignition's really fast and they don't expect it, well, they'll fry too. So all the good humans out there will be going to the next dimension. This is only one part of their existence. This is only now. And tomorrow or whenever, you'll just transcend, you'll just like go into a next part of your life. Yeah, this wasn't the beginning, and this certainly won't be the end. But the establishment will be going where the Catholics seem to ram down all the good people's throats about purgatory. That's where the system will be going. That's where all them types will be going. They'll be going into purgatory with the demons who they're trying to get them back out there, you know, amongst us all, you know, the angels, the fallen angels. Well, they'll be going back with them to the pit to purgatory, but not for us to worry about. Unfortunately, yes, it might be unpleasant, but it'll be very fast. But the thing is, all it does is just opens you up to the reality of what you really are. You are light energy, and you are God's children, and you'll just go on. So don't worry about nothing, literally nothing.